Well, while we had Saloni talking over here, one of the things that you talked about was the trend that you're going to see in packaged foods and how that's going to change consumer behavior and what companies, what businesses should be looking at when they plan their strategy going forward. Interestingly enough, about 16% growth in the past decade, about 1/4 of total packaged food sales have been snack foods, and that's represented a $16 billion opportunity. Is that opportunity going to continue? What is the business for snacks? Is that something that companies should be looking at more closely in the years to come? We've got Euromonitor to reveal all about the food brands and the startups that are introducing new categories of food for consumers. So would you please welcome Pradeep Srinivasan, Senior Analyst at Euromonitor, to talk more about it.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pradeep Srinivasan, and the topic for today I've chosen is on snackification in India, a trend in which consumers are increasingly snacking in place of meals, and this has altered both the nutritional and competitive landscape of snacks in India. Through this presentation, we look into some of the underlying drivers and occasions which have been the primary battleground for this trend. Just a little bit about our company. Euromonitor is a leading independent market research firm. We have around 15 office locations across the globe. We provide in-depth analysis on consumer goods and services industries across 100 countries, and we also provide socioeconomic, demographic, and macroeconomic data on consumers and economies for 210 countries and territories. So just a quick overview. We'll first look at how time is increasingly being viewed as a form of currency, what are its implications on food, how new eating habits are resulting in the rise of snackification, and some opportunities for snack manufacturers. Now, consumer lifestyles are evolving in ways that are making time an increasingly scarce resource. On the one hand, we have socioeconomic and demographic factors such as urbanization and rapid labor force participation, which are contributing to more time-pressed lifestyles. And on the other hand, consumer expectations are being reshaped by both technology and the rise of the on-demand economy. We look at these two factors in a little more detail and how consumers are expecting convenience to reach newer heights. Now, urbanization has fundamentally transformed the basic household structure. As more consumers move towards densely populated cities, for a variety of reasons, we're seeing a steady increase in the number of single and two-person households. Now, with fewer people available to undertake the many tasks for household maintenance, what we feel is that these nuclear families or smaller households are often more pressed for time. Now, to add to this, rapid labor force participation of women, while on one side has stimulated the growth in dual-income households, on the other hand, it also means that it means that both partners are spending a lot more time at work. The employed female population in India, which was around 70 million in 2009, as per Euromonitor estimates, is expected to more than double to around 145 million by 2029. So all these factors are making time an increasingly scarce resource. Now, technology has also blurred the lines between work and leisure. Smartphones have created this expectation that people can work from anywhere and at any point of time, which are contributing to these time-pressed routines. At the same time, however, smartphones have also eased various aspects of life in terms of how we shop for products, find information, communicate with others. So these factors have caused or conditioned consumers towards higher level of convenience. Now, this new perspective on time has various implications on food and how consumers eat. A major consequence is that eating occasions are now evolved with a distinct focus on convenience. Now, when we look at the typical stages of an eating occasion, we have preparation, consumption, and cleanup. Now, food preparation involves one of the most time-intensive tasks. While it is difficult to reduce the amount of time consumers spend, eating food, innovations around reducing the amount of food preparation time have been widespread. So from right to left, we see categories which are showing preparation time from more to less. So packaged snacks and prepared food are categories where it can be consumed immediately upon purchase. There's no preparation time required. You have more intermediate options such as food service and ready meals. Now, food service can be consumed immediately, but the delivery time needs to be taken into account. Ready meals involve a minimal amount of preparation in terms of heating and boiling, and then you have your more intensive tasks such as scratch cooking and meal kits. Now, while there may be various motivations why consumers are moving to the left, our Euromonitor lifestyle survey data indicates that convenience and the lack of time or the willingness for consumers to spend their time doing other things than cooking are major reasons why people are moving to the left. Now, while preparation time is coming down, people are also spending less time in the kitchen. It's obvious that compared to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, consumers spend a lot more time prepping meals. But from 2013 to 2017, we've actually seen a slight dip in consumers spending over 30 minutes preparing meals. So they've actually moved from the 30-plus minutes to the 15 to 30 or the 0 to 15 bracket. And not just in terms of time, even if we look at frequency as well, frequency of food preparation is coming down. If you look at the subsequent chart as well, consumers that actually were cooking almost on a daily basis in 2011 has declined. And these consumers have actually moved to the 1 to 2 week bracket. And it's a similar trend which you see in the other two buckets as well. So consumers that were actually cooking 1 to 2 times a month have reduced, and this is increased the less than once a month bracket as well. Now, this new perspective on time has also created more fluid eating habits. In their strive for efficiency, consumers are sort of avoiding the traditional 3 square meals a day and in turn opting to eat on various on-the-go occasions during a morning commute, between work hours, and various other on-the-go occasions. Now, globally and in India, these eating food habits are slightly different. Globally, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner where consumers prefer meals over snacks. Now, in India, the situation is slightly different. We find opportunities for snacks manufacturers in breakfast and mid-morning, where a lot more consumers have indicated a higher preference for snacks than meals. Now, again, while there may be various reasons for this, one of the factors that we attribute is the change in commute time. Now, when we look at metros like Hyderabad, Delhi, Bombay, and a couple of others, we're seeing that the amount of time consumers are spending commuting to work is steadily increasing, which means their time in the morning is getting cut short, and as a result of this, they're looking for a lot more convenient options to snack on. Now, all these trends have led to what is known as the rise of snackification. Let's recall 2 factors. One is the fact that consumers are spending less time preparing food, which has pushed the demand for ready-to-eat options. Snacks have benefited because it doesn't require any preparation time and can be consumed immediately upon purchase. And secondly, snacks is well placed in a world where where eating habits are becoming more fluid and flexible. Now, India ranks high among the countries where consumers are already snacking a lot in between meals. And with more time-pressed routines and demand for higher convenience, it's only a matter of time when it starts to eat the share from traditional meals. Now, if we look at the growth of value sales contribution of snacks to overall packaged foods, over the last 10 years, there's been a steady increase. And with more consumers starting to view snacks as a form of meal placement, our estimates indicate that over the next 5 years, the CAGR of snacks will outpace that of packaged food. Now, within snacks as well, not all categories are treated equally. If consumers are actually snacking in place of meals, they will prioritize elements like health and nutritional benefits. So we've broadly classified it into 2 major categories. We have snacking and treating. So treating are those categories which are an occasional traditional indulgence. They're high on sugar, low on other types of nutrients. And on the other hand, snacking categories are those which are low on sugar and high on protein, fiber, and other types of fortification. Now, we feel that snackification as a trend sort of compounds more with the younger generation. It resounds well with your millennials and your Gen Z. And because they scrutinize more in terms of healthy living and their labels, we feel that snackification as a trend is benefiting your snacking categories rather than your treating categories. We'll close with some opportunities for manufacturers. Now, snacks is also increasingly competing with share from food service and freshly prepared meals and snacks. Now, there have been a lot of innovations around food service to sort of make it accessible for consumers. But it's essential that snack manufacturers actually take a wider view of the competitive landscape and leverage in this convenience-focused eating occasions. Now, there have been a lot of investments pouring into newer delivery technologies and business models to make convenient food more accessible to more accessible to consumers. However, it's hard for them to actually compete with the wider availability of snacks. Now, there, there are various high-traffic white spaces. Even though this penetration of snacks is high, there are high-traffic white spaces for snack manufacturers to tap into for various unplanned occasions. So to maybe quote an example from another country, Magnet, which is a leading convenience store in Russia, they've tied up with the local postal service. Now, as part of this pilot program, they've set up 14 convenience stores across these post office locations with the store size ranging anywhere between 20 to 70 square meters, housing around 200 to 800 SKUs. Now, this low-cost collaboration was beneficial for Magnet to actually expand their expand their geographical base, build brand recognition, and even increase visibility. And often with increased visibility, we also see there's higher levels of impulse snacking because these are unplanned occasions where consumers expect immediate gratification. And in such cases, consumers are also willing to pay that premium for it. Now, when we've looked at the typical stages of an eating occasion, we have preparation, consumption, and cleanup. Now, while a lot of the focus has been on making convenient food more available to consumers and reducing the preparation time, consumption also plays a key component in this aspect. Typically, it does take a long time to eat a meal, and what we've seen is that as consumers are demanding more convenience, we're seeing a burst in popularity of these single and small serve pack sizes. An example I've taken here is Green Dot. So what happens is that these smaller pack sizes are actually convenient on-the-go occasions for consumers to multitask. So these smaller pack sizes, you can either keep it in your bag, on your desk, and whenever you have a couple of minutes, you can eat and get back to whatever you're working on. Lastly, there are opportunities as well. Sorry, I just forgot one. Yeah, so one more point over here is that these smaller pack sizes as well, a lot more consumers are scrutinizing nutrition labels as well. So when the smaller pack sizes have lower calorie intake, so which means that a lot more consumers will sort of transition towards these smaller pack sizes. And lastly, these smaller pack sizes are the lucrative strategy for a lot of snack manufacturers to position these products at more competitive price points in rural areas. So this will sort of, increase trial generation and also incentivize them to move from more unbranded or unpackaged to packaged snacks. Now, the ubiquitous nature of snacks allows for various opportunities for cross-merchandising. Both globally and in India, we've seen successful examples of these cross-merchandising between snack manufacturers and food service outlets, like you have your Taco Bell's Doritos or McDonald's Oreo McFlurry and all of that. So as these newer food delivery models start to evolve, it's essential that snack manufacturers also keep pace with them. So initially, we only had aggregators and order platforms, where the only opportunity for snack manufacturers was to build this impulse purchase. So when you order maybe a sandwich on an order platform like Zomato, what you could do is before checkout, it gives you this prompt, make it a meal option to sort of build this impulse snacking. Now, as we move from aggregators and order platforms towards delivery services like Swiggy and Dunzo, it's essential that manufacturers do have opportunities to integrate their offering into these on-demand delivery services as well. And that's something with some of the snack bar manufacturers have done. So Yoga Bar and I'm not sure there's one more snack manufacturer as well. You can actually, restaurant partners of Swiggy can actually buy these products directly from Swiggy Assist and make them available on their menu with other freshly prepared meals as well. And as we're moving now towards ghost kitchens also, there are still opportunities to integrate with these ghost kitchens. Kellogg's in 2019 of November, they've actually collaborated with Deliveroo in the UK. What they've done is they've launched a whole range of plant-based meals. And the interesting thing they've done is they've used their established brands like Bran Flakes, Rice Krispies, and all of that as ingredients in these plant-based meals as well. So what happens is that ghost kitchens are in the dark. So what they can do is they can benefit from the equity of an established snack manufacturer's brand as well. Now, the future of eating is going to still remain blurred, and snacks will continue to each share from these traditional occasions. So it's essential that snack manufacturers continue to start to innovate and find newer opportunities in order to stay relevant. Thank you, everyone. We have our colleagues from research and sales and consulting here, so happy to take any questions offline. We have a booth as well. Thank you.